Hi guys, we're making a Christmas wreath for my front door because I want a new one for the outside of my front door. I've mentioned it in videos. Anyway, I'm going to use mostly Dollar Tree items just simply because, one, I've purchased them whenever they've been readily available. Two, it's the most cost effective and you get a really nice wreath for a little amount of money. Usually you can make one of these wreaths for a fraction of what you would pay if you bought the stuff at Hobby Lobby, even if you used a 40% off coupon or a 50% off coupon. That's been my experience. So here's what we're working with. I got my wreath form from Dollar Tree. When I see these there, if I'm running low on them, I'll grab one or two. Now I have a pretty good stockpile of them, so I'm not grabbing any more. You can always get them at Walmart, and Walmart has 2 or 3 different sizes. At any rate, I get these from the Dollar Tree because I'm used to them, and I'm a creature of habit, so there's that. I also got my chenille stems from Dollar Tree. You can get the holiday ones that have 45 in them. You can get them in all red, all green. I think you can get all silver, all gold. So you can do that, or year round you can get this combination here. There's 45 in there of the red, green, silver, and gold. I happen to have both. So yeah. I had some from last year, so I'm working off of that one. I had a partial package of one of the combination ones, and then a partial package of the red. Why I have both of them open, I don't know. I'm also going to use all of my mesh that's going to come from Dollar Tree. Now, I don't know if their Christmas green is darker than this one, but I got these back at Easter time, so yeah, it's a lighter green, but I'm gonna make it work. So that's when I got my green, and unfortunately I thought I had another full roll of green. I used a part of the green for my fall wreath just as little hidden accents. So I only have a roll and a half of the green. We're going to make it work. Then my whites, I've gotten some that were just any time of the year. And then I got some when it was 4th of July, as you can see. You can always tell the season by the wreath that's on it. If it doesn't have a wreath on it, then it's any time of the year. The red I got during 4th of July, because I knew I wanted to make a Christmas wreath. So I have 2 red, 2 white, and 1.5 green. Then, this year, I don't think that they've had it in years past. I could be wrong, but I have never seen it, and I can't imagine why I wouldn't buy it. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't buy it since it's a mesh ribbon, and I've been making mesh wreaths. However, I will say that this feels more like, it's plastic, but it feels more like fabric than the deco mesh does. And it's got bigger openings. At any rate, I know that they have it in red, they have it in green, well, green, red. They have it in silver and gold, and I don't know what other colors, if they have it in any other colors. But I got a red and a green, and while this green is darker, it's got hints of the lighter green inside, so I'm going to make it work. We're using those. They also have these tubes that they put out. This I got last year. I got my red last year as well. I even used part of my red last year, and I've used some of this red on my 4th of July wreath even. I like it, and that's what I'm making my ribbon out. I mean my bow out of. all of that being said, that's the stuff we're using. This is what I hang it with. It's a chenille stem that I have twisted and tightened in 1, 2, 3 different areas so that I make sure that my wreath is not going to fall, because that would be awful. I don't want that. So that's what I've done there. Alright, so my battery is all charged up and ready to go. I'm going to put my top right where my hanger is up that way. And I'm going to start with 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. Sorry about the rattling. I just like leaving it in the package until you guys see it. Come out of there. Alright. So, let's see, where do I want to put this? Have you guys in kind of a awkward spot. I have you between the legs of the tripod. Well, wait a minute. I have you guys on the tripod, but I'm trying to do this between the legs of the tripod. That's what I meant to say. So, hopefully, I don't keep bumping it. Alright. I'm going to put my end in here. Wait a minute, I've got to make sure I go the right direction. Okay. And I'm just going to twist it like 2 or 3 times so that I know that it's in there good and tight. Working with multiple rolls like this is sometimes a bit of a challenge because it sticks to itself so easily. And I got this one all twisted, so I'm going to try and quickly untwist it. And I also charged up my battery so that that wouldn't be a reason for it to shut off. Then I'm just going to grab a bunch, you know, I don't mean a bunch as in a lot, I mean a bunch as in like a, you know, a reasonable amount. I am going to have to add more chenille stems, I think. But let's go from here and see what happens. Then you just keep doing this, and it's going to look horrible before it looks good. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to continue on this path. When I get to the end of the inner circle, then I'll come back and show you what I do for the outer circle. It's just bumping it up one. It's not that big a deal. Okay. Now, I'm back to this spot right here. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take this twist tie, I'm going to loosen it up by 1/2 a twist. I'm going to add this into it, and I'm not going to put a big loop. I'm just going to put like a smallish type loop. And then I'm going to tighten it back up. And from there, you see I'm kind of in a wadded up mess here. I'm going to end up using almost 6 rolls of this because I like it really full and obnoxious. Like I said, I like for it to be able to I like it to be able to be seen from the road. Stop! Now, I've attached it to my starting point. I'm simply just going to move up to the next one. You just make yourself a loop. It's not really a loop, it's more like half a loop. And you go about doing it the same way you were doing all of the others. You've just moved up one. Alright, so I made it to the end of those. And I could fluff this out and say it's good, but I want the other 3 rolls in there. Here is my end. So I'm going to start, get me a new thingy-doober. I only need 1 new chenille stem, pipe cleaner, whatever we call these things. Tinsel stick, whatever. And that's the only new one I need to add. And the only reason I needed to add it is because I wanted to kind of fill that area up. So, I'm going to take my 3 new rolls. Come on. Commerce. I'm going to add it to this one. And stuff it in that new chenille stem. And I'm going to go around the outside this time. That way I can finish up on the inside. Where is... This is my outer. I'm just going to weave it in and out. Well, not weave, like going from one layer to the other. It's staying on the outer ring and then going into the inner ring the same way I did this. And some people cut their chenille stems. Some cut them into thirds. Some cut them in half. I like to keep them full length. And the reason is because it's easier for me with dexterity issues to hang on to and get a hold of a full size as opposed to, you know, just a small part. This time I'm making my bunches a little bit smaller. No good reason why, just because. Alright, so I've gotten all of my mesh on there. Now the next thing I want to do is add my tubing. My camera keeps making funny noises. Now this stuff comes in one great big 12-yard tube. What I found the easiest to do is you cut off however much you want. Like make yourself a loop or however you want to do it. Cut it off and stick it in wherever you want it. And I may vary them in size as well. Do some small, some big. If I can find the green, I'll get the green and do some of those. This one we're going to put out here. And just put them wherever you think they need to go. Alright, so all I've done since my last clip is just kind of flipped it. I went in, grabbed part of the mesh and just pulled until I got it kind of like I want it. Make little loops like I did the mesh. I mean the tubing. In the same style that I did the mesh, you know, pulling it to get it together. I'm going to do these the same way. I'm going to pull up however much I think I want. And then I'm going to cut it off. And you could probably leave it all attached together and do your loops and fight it all the way around, but I'm not going to do that. It's not wired, so I don't want to fight it, if I'm honest. I'm going to take my raw ends and I'm going to tuck them in. Find a good spot to tuck them. And then I'm just going to twist them into place. And then just like I did the mesh, I'll go back and pull them apart. I'll show you what I mean real quick after I get this one tied into place. Alright. I'm going to tuck that. Then I'm just going to grab it and pull them apart. When I go to the top though, I got to remember I'm putting a big bow there. So I don't want to put them like right here because I want my bow there. And most of that's going to be spread out and pushed this way anyway when I put my bow into place. However, I can go on either side. Find the spot to tuck it. Get in there. Hey, where's my end? There it is. Now I'm just going to take some ribbon and just probably 6 or 8 inches. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to fold it in half again. And I'm going to dovetail it just like I did my other one. Now I'm going to take each one of these pieces, I'm going to scrunch it together in the middle. I'm going to stick it in a chenille stem. And then I'll just have these little guys randomly throughout. And I'll fix this part too, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. So let's pop this one in here. You see, I'm just going along and sticking them wherever I think I want them. Alright. Get my bow. And take these. Smoosh it up in there. Technical terms, smoosh. There's that one. No, there's nothing. I'll go higher. Yeah, I do. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, weirdo. One weirdo. Now, I want to make sure that it hangs even with my hanger, my bow does, or as close to as I can get it. Wait, wrong way. Alright, for the pipe cleaners that's left there, let's turn them into decoration. Just take a pencil, wrap it around the pencil, then just slide the pencil out. See how it just turns it into like a little curly cue? Super easy. So let's see. That's better. And see the pieces that I'd cut off, that I just laid in there and twisted in? I didn't want them just laying there as a piece of flat ribbon. So you just kind of pinch them down here at the base where you've attached them to your chenille stem, and you just, you know, work the wire and make it go where you want it to go. This is going to hang in here like this, and I'm going to use a zip tie to hang it. Now it's still got some wet spots, so I'm going to be mindful and careful. But by doing this way, it's going to be much, much easier and hold better. So all I'm going to do is run this in between here, and then I'm going to take the other end and locate it. Hang on, let me get it through here. I know my head is in the way, it has to be. Now, do I like the twine, or does it needs to be shortened? So let's just do that. And the way I'm going to do it is super simple. I'm going to go right in the middle, cut it in half. Now my tie a little knot, because this is not going to be seen. So that shortened it. Let's cut these tails off. Alright. Now this I will probably use a bit of hot glue on to make sure my knot stays. Either that or some spray check or something. Probably hot glue. Probably way out of frame too. Please be patient. Thank you. I'll thank you ahead of time. You guys are awesome. Oh, no, no, no. Come back. Come back. No, really. You're supposed to live on here. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Alright, so let's just, I lost my end. Can you just, for a minute, stop? Alright, I'll situate it after I get my ziplock, or I mean my zip tie done. And yes, I want that there. Make sure my ends are proper. Then we'll cut this off. Now I've got to fiddle with my bow. But I think I like it there, guys. I think so. But I believe I like it, guys. I think I need to make more green show on this side, which is not going to be a problem, this side over here. But I'm holding the tripod instead of having it set up. I like it. I like it a lot. And everything except for the plaid ribbon and the burlap ribbon, everything else came from the Dollar Tree. Those are the only two things that did not. So there you go. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Bye, guys.